Hello! You are watching the Garden Corner Show. We are, if you can't tell, crazy passionate about everything gardening that we know of. We're very real. I am J-Dog, Jonn Karsseboom. I'm out here with Mr. Day and T-Bird, and we're on the outside edge of the nursery, of the garden center, and today we are going to plant blueberries. I completely forgot. I've got to go over these steps, each planting step by step, because on blueberries, I really want to make sure you get it right. If we take the time to plant the blueberry right, and I'm just sitting here chatting, I might as well get busy. If we take the time to plant the blueberry right, the plants do better, the blueberries taste better, and you get more. So take the time to do the planting right. It pays off. We're going to dig the hole just as deep as the pot. Now remember, we're going to plant several blueberries, minimum of 2 around. And as you can see, I've got pretty well easy to work in soil. I am going to dig the hole just as deep as the pot it comes in, but I am going to go wider. That way the roots go laterally. So let me get this prepped real quick. So we have the blueberries. This one particularly is the brand new blueberry. It's called Pink Lemonade. There's a lot. Hi, Chris. We're on the edge of the nursery. It's called Pink Lemonade because it has a pink blueberry. Pink blueberry, go figure. You notice how that's just as deep as the pot, but it is wider. Now, before we do that, before we plant it though, we want to make sure we put in some good amendment. Why do we do that? I want to put some amendment in. Of course, we use the Northwest best because we live in the Northwest. I want to mix that 50-50, a little bit in the backfill, a little bit in the hole. The reason why we want to do that is to make sure that when we water, that the water gets into the root zone. So that's really important. Not done yet. I like to use Biotone. Biotone, I use a good cupful. Not only does it have all 15 essential nutrients, it also has that little bit of kick of mycorrhizae. Mycorrhizae is a great bacteria that works with the roots and encourages that root growth out there. Because it is mycorrhizae, we want that into the root zone. Okay, we've got a little bit of amendment, a little bit of Biotone. We're going to go ahead plant. We're going to go ahead and plant the blueberry. We're going to make sure that the blueberry is the same level as it was in the container. So let me backfill. Okay. We don't want to go too high or too deep with the blueberry. So just as deep as it came in, something like that. Not done yet. Blueberries like to have a little bit of acidic soil. As I've told you before, now their roots don't produce their own acid, so they kind of depend on the outside environment. Acid helps take up the needed nutrients for the plant. We are going to add some garden sulfur. The question we get is, well, do I use garden sulfur? Do I use aluminum sulfate? Garden sulfur is a nice easy way to make sure that the area is acidic. Aluminum sulfate is a great one if we want to do it very quick. So I'm using garden sulfur. Problem with garden sulfur is the directions are as confusing as they come. Here's your helpful hint of the day. On a gallon plant, use 3 tablespoons per gallon plant. What we're going to do is just sprinkle that right around. Now, the sulfur doesn't really get going until we get some water, so we'll water that in. Now, we've got one blueberry, one pink lemonade blueberry. We need to have another blueberry, that way the bees cross-pollinate. Question I get is, how close do I put the next one? Blueberry goes roughly about 3 feet wide. So give it 3 feet, then start your next one. Question I get, what's your maximum on that? And the maximum distance, think 100 feet. We need the bees to fly from one to the other to cross-pollinate. And you know what? I even forgot completely. Pick out the area for your blueberry that gets the hot afternoon sun. That's what we need. The blueberries taste better in the hot afternoon sun. So, I hope that helps. Did I cover everything that I needed to cover, Mr. Day? I do want to give a very, very special shout out. The shout out goes to Judy Sharpton, of all people. She is a garden center expert. She doesn't like to be called consultants. The reason why I'm giving a shout out to Judy is because she donated the funds for us to be at the Yard Garden Patio Show. So thank you very much, Judy. Not only Judy, though, the entire Powell family over at Garland's Nursery in Corvallis. Great, great family. Mr. and Mrs. Lee, Brenda, Erica, thank you guys very much. Crystal Katie, manager over at Garland, she put together the show, as well as Brian Bauman. Thank you very much. Brian is a co-owner at Bauman's Nursery in Jervis. Not only are they a very nice family as well, but he makes the best applesauce donuts. Anyway, love those guys. Thanks a lot, guys. That's the show for the day. If you don't get anything else, here's the quote. Whatever you are, be a good one. Thank you very much, Abraham Lincoln. That's the show. Live your passion. See me right.